All right, so let's move on to point number two.
Okay, so point number two is about flexibility, reduce stress, and improve health. Okay, so the American Psychology Association report that 77% of people experience stress to work related pressures, which differently impact family relationship and health. When the boss say you have to do these 5 pages, or we have a project you have to handle in 3 weeks, you get home and you start thinking about the project, so you spend more time at work. Even when you're at home, you're already thinking about your job. So it take that time away from you. And now, because you are stressed and you are overworked, now it's impacting your health. Okay. So online business offers flexibility, work in your own time, from your own space, at your own pace. That freedom lowers stress and create a space for peace, rest, and presence. And this is something that I learned. As a nurse, I thought that I was healthy. I thought that I was good. But then I realized that I was overworked. I was born out, because we don't see it, because that's our normal. That's the only way that we know. And then when I start waking up, they start seeing, wait a minute, there is another way, there is another path. And that's what opened my mind, and my eyes. So let's have an example here. When you are not tied to the rigid schedule, you show up calmer, more grounded, and more connected for yourself, and for those ones you love. And that's what we're talking about, the flexibility that this business offer you. You know how good, um like the opportunities. Isa was talking about time before, and I think that was one of my main reasons. It's still one of my main reasons. I want to have time. We'll, like, let's be real. Life go, uh, life moves so fast. You are between work, family responsibilities, and at the end of the day, you are running empty. And that's the truth. And that's the truth, that the people that you love, and that's the truth, the people around you, because we're all on that cycle. We just have to wake up a little bit. Before I start my digital business, I was working long hours as a nurse, constantly on the go. I was emotional, physical, exhausted, and drained, as I said before. And even when I was home, my mind was still at work. I was not present. Did I share about that patient? Oh my gosh, I forgot to pass to the next nurse about the input, or about the catheter, or about the antibiotic, or to watch that behavior. So I was at home. The few times I was at home, when I was at home, I was thinking of work. And that's at the end of the day, that's take a toll on you. And when you put time, when you put years on it, it get worse. But then I discovered the online space, my online business. I was able to make my own thing. And that's when everything changed, when the game changer. No, not because I was suddenly was easier, like, because I start my business, I have an easy life. No, not because that. It's because I start regaining control. And that's the big word here, control. I was control over my time. I have control on my schedule. I have control over when I want to rest, when I want to recharge, when I want to have fun, when I want to be on bed, when I want to be on the couch, when I want to walk my dog. I regain that control. And that is what flexibility really means. That's what life changing is, you know, and that helped to lower your stress. You sleep better, and then you become, those relationships that you have around you become stronger. Your friends, your family, and the people that you normal contact, those strengths become stronger, because now you are less stressed. You are seeing the life in another way. You don't need to earn millions of dollars to have a better life. You just need to gain your time. And that's is the goal. That's the main goal that I'm looking for, because when I regain my train, stressed. I'm less stressed, but I'm healthy, and my health improve. My energy return. When I was working a lot, I was like, go ahead and go. And we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Give me that bed. But then I started thinking that my body was changing, my attitude, the way I was thinking, the way I was behaving around the others. So I was no, I stopped being on constantly rush, and constantly anxiousness and constantly burnout, and I started thinking something much better. I was being peace. I was less pressure. I was able to breathe, and I was able to be present. So this is what this main topic is all about.
Thank you, Jesse. So yeah, Jesse taught us about flexibility allows you to reduce the stress and improve health because you can work on your own term and your own space, and like you can create that balance that Jesse was talking about. Be able to have time to rest, be able to have time to do her business, and do her work and be present for her family. So um, that's what like the online world, the online business allows you to create that flexibility. All right, so let's go to the next point. So your model possibility for the next generation. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be talking today. For that point, I mean, so when I work in the film industry, my life revolved around long hours, unpredictable schedules, and constant deadlines. So I was proud of my work because that was my work since that was my dream job since I was a little girl. But somewhere along the way, I started wonder, is this really the legacy I want to leave to the rest? Like I wanted to show, because I mean, we always, try to kind of like follow the same steps of, our family or previous generation, but kind of like improving. So I tried to go into the film, thinking it was better, and it was for a while, until you start feeling all those uh, stress and all that kind of stuff that Jesse was mentioning before. So I want more than a successful career. I want a life with balance, purpose, and presence. When one where I could be there for my loved ones while still growing, contributing, and living with meaning. So that desire became even stronger when I thought about the generations that are watching us. For example, could be for many in our community, our childrens, for me, my nieces and nephews and the young people in our community. So they're not just listening to what we say, but they're also watching us what we do. And even like um, many of my followers, for example, on my business page in Facebook, are like younger generations. So they are watching us, on these social medias platforms. So they are also learning, to be able to create a better lifestyle than what we are used to, the 9 to 5. So create that balance that we're looking for, the time freedom. So, according to Harvard Graduate School of Education report, found that children are 40% more likely to pursue their dreams when they see their parents take courageous, purpose-driven action. And I think we in our community we've seen a lot of those many kids from our community members that they are following the step of their parents, and even little ones, they see their parents in a regular basis. They see what they do. They want to follow the steps when they actually get the age, to be able to do the business. So that's they're not looking into working for someone else. They're working on their own terms. So because they see what their parents are doing. So that truth hit me deeply, because when we take bold steps toward our vision, we're not only transforming our own lives, we are showing the next generation what's possible. And that's what we're trying to show through our lives, showing other people that there is other possibilities besides, having a job where you're trading your time instead of having money working for you and not you trading your time for money. So when your kids, your family, and your community sees you're building something aligned with your values, something that brings you joy, brings you freedom, and brings you that fulfillment, they begin to understand that success doesn't have to come at the cost of your peace or your family time. So through my digital business, I learned that we can build both the income, the impact, purpose, and the presence. So I no longer have to choose between working on being, at work or being with my family, or between ambition or alignment. I get now to choose what I want. So they see me creating a business that reflects my faith, my passion, and my priorities. They see that success isn't about running faster, it's about building smarter with systems that work for you and a community that walks with you. So every step that you take in faith, every life you host, every lesson you learn, and every risk you embrace becomes a mirror for someone else's to see what's possible for them too. So you're not just building income, you're just building a legacy for other people, not only our families, but for other people that are watching us live here. So here's your action step for you today. So ask yourself, what message am I modeling through my actions today? Let your life be the example that reminds others, especially the next generation, that success can be built with faith, freedom, and family at the center. So that's the message for this point.